Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now in our own solar system. We're talking about Comet ATLAS. Now, you might be thinking, a comet? Cool, but what's the big deal? Well, ATLAS isn't just any comet. It's been behaving in some really strange and fascinating ways, and scientists are glued to their telescopes trying to figure it out. So let's rewind a bit. Comet ATLAS, or C 2019. Y4 if you want to get technical, was discovered back in December 2019. At first, it was just a faint, tiny smudge in the sky. Nothing to write home about. But then, something incredible started to happen. It began to brighten. And not just a little bit, it got brighter at a mind-boggling rate. We're talking about it becoming thousands of times brighter in just a couple of months. Imagine a tiny firefly suddenly starting to shine like a searchlight. That's what ATLAS was doing. This rapid brightening got everyone super excited. Astronomers started calculating its trajectory and realized it was on a path that would bring it relatively close to the Sun, a point we call perihelion. The closer a comet gets to the Sun, the more the Sun's heat vaporizes its ice, creating that beautiful, glowing coma, the fuzzy atmosphere around the comet's core and the long, streaming tail we all love to see. Based on how quickly ATLAS was brightening, some people predicted it could become the comet of a generation. The hype was real! People were dreaming of a spectacular celestial show, a comet so bright you could see it with the naked eye even during the day. It was shaping up to be a once-in-a-lifetime event. But here's where the story takes a sharp turn. Just as the excitement was reaching its peak, something unexpected happened. ATLAS stopped getting brighter. In fact, it started to fade. Astronomers who were watching it closely noticed that its central core, the solid nucleus, wasn't a single, sharp point of light anymore. It looked fuzzy, elongated. And then, the Hubble Space Telescope gave us the money shot. The images confirmed what scientists suspected. Comet ATLAS was breaking apart. It had disintegrated into a string of smaller, icy fragments, like a cosmic string of pearls. The great comet that was supposed to light up our skies had crumbled before its big moment. So, what happened? Why did this promising celestial visitor fall apart? Well, that's the million-dollar question, and it tells us a lot about the fragile nature of comets. Think of a comet's nucleus as a loosely packed snowball made of ice, dust, and rock. As it gets closer to the Sun, the intense heat doesn't just create a pretty glow. It puts immense stress on this fragile structure. The ice turns directly into gas in a process called sublimation. This can happen unevenly, creating jets of gas that burst out from the surface. One leading theory is that ATLAS essentially spun itself to death. As these jets of gas erupted, they acted like tiny rocket thrusters, causing the comet's nucleus to spin faster and faster. Imagine spinning a wet ball of sand. The faster you spin it, the more likely it is to fly apart. It seems ATLAS reached a critical spin speed, and the centrifugal force was just too much for its fragile structure to handle. It couldn't hold itself together and shattered into dozens of smaller pieces. Another possibility is that it was just a fluffy comet to begin with, not very dense, and the Sun's thermal shock was simply too much for its weak internal structure. It just couldn't take the heat. Now, you might be feeling a little disappointed. We were promised a great cosmic show, and instead, we got a cosmic fizzle. But from a scientific perspective, this is actually incredibly exciting. Watching a comet disintegrate in real time is a rare and valuable opportunity. It's like having a front row seat to the life and death of a celestial body. By studying the fragments and how they spread out, scientists can learn so much about what comets are made of and how they're held together. It's like a cosmic autopsy. What does the composition of these fragments tell us? Well, comets are like time capsules from the birth of our solar system about 4.6 billion years ago. They are pristine leftovers from the giant cloud of gas and dust that formed our sun and planets. By studying their chemical makeup, we get a direct look at the raw materials that built our cosmic neighborhood. We're looking at the very building blocks of planets. Did comets like ATLAS deliver water to a young Earth? Did they bring the organic molecules necessary for life to begin? These are the huge questions that studying comets can help us answer. The disintegration of Atlas gives us a unique chance to peek inside. When the comet is whole, we can only study the gases on the surface. But when it breaks apart, it exposes fresh, ancient ice from its interior that hasn't seen the light of day for billions of years. By analyzing the light from these fragments, scientists can identify the different molecules being released. It's a treasure trove of data that helps us piece together the puzzle of our own origins. So, while we didn't get the spectacular naked-eye comet we were hoping for, we got something arguably more valuable, a natural laboratory for understanding the dawn of our solar system. So, what does this all mean for us, here on Earth? Well, for starters, it's a powerful reminder of how dynamic and chaotic the universe can be. We often think of space as empty and unchanging, but things are constantly moving, changing, and even exploding. Comets like Atlas are visitors from the far reaches of the solar system, the Oort cloud, a massive, spherical shell of icy bodies that surrounds us. Their journeys are long and perilous. ATLAS's story shows us that not all of them survived the trip. It also highlights the incredible power of science and technology. Just a few decades ago, watching a comet disintegrate in such detail would have been impossible. But thanks to powerful telescopes on the ground and in space, like Hubble, we can witness these events up close. We can track these objects, predict their paths, and analyze their light to unlock their secrets. Every event like this, even a failure like ATLAS, pushes our knowledge forward. Ultimately, the saga of Comet ATLAS is a beautiful story of cosmic discovery. It's a tale of high hopes, a dramatic twist, and a deeper scientific reward. It reminds us that in science, sometimes the most interesting results come from the things that don't go as planned. The universe is full of surprises, and that's what makes exploring it so incredibly exciting. So, the next time you hear about a new comet, remember Atlas. It might not become the brightest star in the sky, but its story might just teach us something profound about our place in the cosmos. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring this cosmic mystery with me today. It's truly humbling to think about these ancient travelers and the stories they carry. If you enjoyed this journey into space, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Let me know in the comments what you think about Comet Atlas. Until next time, keep looking up.